So I thought we'd have a bit of a State of the Union update here. The Marconi phone, which was in the Red Radios video, I'm really impressed with. I've cleaned it up a fair bit and it's become my sort of daily driver radio now. I'm listening to it quite a lot. I really like the sound of it. I've noticed there's a little bit of a tear in the loudspeaker, but to be honest, I'm not noticing that at the levels that I'm listening at. Maybe at some time I'll patch it up. I'd like to also do something about this slight mess around here where it's got a bit bashed in, but other than that, it is going well. I really like it. It is, as I said, it's taken over as my daily use radio from the RGD Rover. And the reason why the RGD Rover was initially displaced was because that developed, even though I'd restrung it in an earlier video, developed the old Tuner-Turner problem where it wasn't moving. So I've done what I intended originally to do with the Marconi phone, tighten the spring up, and that's now okay again. But whether it will go back to displacing the Marconi phone, I don't know. Just a matter of my fickle mind, really. And then we have the City Boy, and the City Boy. 5705. Are we really still on that one? The City Boy. Someone did ask about it. About whether or not the Perspex, the original Perspex thing, could be polished up. Now that was my original intention, but all the polishing in the world couldn't save it. It's not scratched, it's just discoloured really. So I decided to go ahead with my original plan of replacing it with a new piece of Perspex. Now of course the problem here is that although I thought it was just a plain piece of Perspex over something else, it clearly wasn't, because it had legends on it and things like that. But I decided I'm not too bothered about not having the legends, so I just replaced it straight anyway. And also printed out a little logo for that. Put a bit of chrome paint on this to get rid of the black bits. And in terms of this stuff at the top where it was a bit grubby and the legends were fading off, I've removed the legends completely. So now I'm the only person who knows how to operate it. I don't really mind about that. It's a bit minimalist. I don't intend to go and restore radios absolutely to exactly where they were. I don't have the time, the skills, the patience to do that. Or the parts, to be honest. And the other thing that's been chafing my nads about this radio for several months has been the captive mains lead, which kept hanging out the back. So I've actually put a proper figure of 8 main socket on the back of it. I had to space it out a bit, so I found an old battery box to get it away, because there's hardly anywhere where you can anchor anything here. There's also a loudspeaker behind it, so you've got to pull the mains connectors sufficiently far away. Obviously I've insulated them and heat shrunk and things like that, but that's made it a lot better as well, and a lot more portable. Probably could be made even more portable by having a handle on it, but I haven't got around to that bit yet. Anyway, that's where we are with that one. Just one thing about replacing the about putting a mains connector into it is that you do have to make sure, if you're using a figure of 8, that you need to check that the neutral isn't connected to the chassis somehow, and obviously I did check that, because then these things are reversible. If you get it the wrong way around, your chassis becomes live and it's very dangerous. If you're in any doubt about that, use one of the 3-pin Euro ones, then you'll know that the live and neutral are always going to be the right way around. Safety note. Where are we next? Oh yes, the other red radio, the Dynatron. Again, bit of a clean-up. It looks really nice now. I think the colours come up nicely with a bit of polishing. If you recall, I powered this up using 8 AAA batteries, rigged together in in a lot of two-way holders and things like that. And then I thought, well, perhaps and I think I said in the video, perhaps I'll put 2 4-way AA or AAA ones in, but there really isn't room in the back of the set for that. So what I've done instead, I thought, well, I'll just use 2 PP3s. Now I hear you say the PP3s are 9 volts, and we already said this was 6 volts, so that's fine. All I've done is put a couple of 6-volt regulators in here and taken the feed off that, so you can put a 9-volt battery in through a 6-volt regulator and it powers it fine. And these things just happened, if you wrap one turn of one of these Velcro things around it, I'll just pull this out to show you. You see how snugly it fits in here now? So much in fact that I can't get it out. There you go. So I found that these serendipitously, these little gaps here were just about right for fitting one of these in, but not quite. It still slips out. But put one turn of Velcro fixing tape around it, or these sort of cable retainer things. If you put one turn of one of those around it, then it fits quite snugly and doesn't drop out again. So that's got us this back to working order without lots and lots of different battery holders kicking around it. So yeah, that's all done and dusted. The only thing I have left to do now is the Cosso. The Cosso obviously still needs a proper fixing for the PP3 battery, which single PP3 battery, which will run off. But I haven't found one in my collection that properly fits inside the case, so I'm going to have to search around and get one. Anyway, that's where we are at the moment. I've got a couple more sizable radios to take a look at in the next few weeks when I get the chance.